Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. So like millions of people around the world this morning, I watched Charlie Sheen on television admit to having HIV and talked about extortion and how he's been blackmailed through the years, and really that today was just an opportunity for him to be free from this bondage and burden, this cage that he's been living in and carrying around for so long. You know, and I watched that and I thought, here's a guy that has dedicated his life to Hollywood for the most part, very, very well known and in many circles well respected actor. And I watched it and I thought to myself, there's a broken man. There's a man that's hurting, that's really going through a hard time. And he had to break the silence about some stuff that's been literally eating him from the inside out. You know, I've not been a fan of his movies and his television programs through the years, but that's not the point of the video. The point of this video is that here's a man that is now reaching out, and some of the tweets and some of the things that I have read have been just absolutely vitriolic. Yeah, he's facing some hard days ahead. There's no doubt about that. But I'm going to tell you what the church's response is. He that's without sin among us, let us cast the first stone. The man needs grace. Acceptance and approval are two very different things. I don't have to approve of how he's lived, but I'm going to accept him where he's at. I'm going to pray for him. And I watched that this morning, and as a pastor, it deeply moved me. It motivated me to make this video, but it moved me to prayer. It moved me to say, God, do something in this man's life. He's got a platform, and you can turn this whole thing around. So we're not without sin. We need to give people grace. Somebody says, well, we serve the God of a second chance. Phooey on that. We serve the God of a millionth chance. He's such a gracious God. Charlie Sheen, I don't know if you will ever see this video. I'm a nobody, so you probably never will. And you may have a pastor. I don't know. But if you don't, I would spend my own nickel and meet you anywhere in the country and pray with you and answer any questions that you may have during this very difficult time in your life. But you can know this, we may never shake hands and look eyeball to eyeball on this earth. But this is a pastor that's going to be praying for you, because I believe God's doing something in your heart and in your life. And I believe he's going to use your pain as a glorious platform for his glory. And if I can ever help you, I'd be glad to do it. But church in America and around the world, let's not throw stones. Let's be filled with grace and mercy and love. Because if we will preach to a broken crowd, we will never lack a crowd to preach to.